Panther presents. Today we're saying goodbye to Godfather of Harlem as we discuss episodes 6 through 10. As the series ended today with season 4, there will be a season 5. At least that's how they set it up. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video and enjoy the intro. I say all this anyway, and we'll bring Kim in and we'll talk about it.
Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
All right, family, we are back, and Jamani's here. Hey, Jamani, how is it going, my friend?
How's it going?
Hey.
All right, man, we are happy to see you again, sir.
Yes, definitely. For sure.
What brought you out of retirement? What's going on?
Nothing.
Okay.
You finished Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Yeah. What you think?
I see where they were trying to go with the overarching story, but it really, as always, it never really lands the way it should. It was just all over the place and too many just dead end storylines that made no sense. Like I didn't care about Mamie and Truman Capote. And, yeah, I didn't care about that. And Elise and the Black Panthers, they should have just gave that a spinoff so I could have just not watched it.
So anything else, Jamai?
Yeah, like I see where they were trying to go with. All right, Malcolm died. Now I'm not going to sell Doogie, and then you get to the last moment of the season finale, and it's all right. I'll sell Doogie again, and I'm like, I don't know. I thought that when he's having a heart attack and everything, I thought this was going to be the last season. Now it's like, all right, we're going for it again, and there's no way in the world that Frank Lucas can go from. It just doesn't make any sense. He can go from an enemy to
the right-hand
man that quick, and then I forgot the guy's name. That's a weird Mr. Crockett, the guy who plays Mr. Crockett.
Yes,
he just totally abandoned ship because I'm like he abandoned ship because they brought Frank Lucas in for being disloyal. So then he goes and decides to be disloyal. It doesn't make any sense.
So I think the more the issue was he asked several times, what are we now? We were a Doogie organization. We were a casino organization. Now we ain't got shit. And what is Frank doing to make money? And he wants to get back to the heroin. So technically, in theory, he should be willing to come back to Bumpy now that they have to go back to heroin because he's like, we're broke. So he's like the leadership wasn't there. But it is crazy that he just went and started working for Columbo. I was like, this is.
And why would Columbo take him? Like he has absolutely nothing to offer.
Right, like he just killed the Black
to offer the inside of knowing Bumpy's every move. Like he's been around Bumpy since he was young, so he knows every move that Bumpy makes. So it make that part of it made sense. The part that didn't make sense was why are you as Bumpy has always taken care of him. He forgave him for I forget what it was he did that Bumpy had to forgive him. Do you guys remember like the first season or second
gambling?
Yeah, he brought that up was where he shorted the count to cover his gambling debts, and they're like, yeah that's a reason why he gave him a chance, and the second chance is I can't deal with it again. And I'm like, it would have made more sense if it was Chance. Chance gets kidnapped, gets worked over by
by Frank,
and he's like, you're gonna bring Frank Lucas in? nah, I'm gonna switch side after you do that.
Yeah.
It would make more sense if it was
Yeah.
Chance than Pettigrew.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. But
Mhm.
AJ, though, thanks for hanging out with us. Episode 10 was very, very good to me. Please explain why. We would love to hear your comments on that. How did it compare to the rest of the season? I like
Why do we care about Delia? Like she got shot. We didn't even see her in the hospital.
nah.
Nothing.
I don't know why. Okay, Jemani, I completely agree with you on this one. Why did they even bring this woman back? She was off the daggone show. She has no. I mean, understandably, she was the stepmother. I get that part, but she treated her like trash.
No, I'm talking about Delia, the waitress, not Olympia.
Jemani, for real, why are we bringing her back? They brought her back.
Her too.
What reason?
What are we doing? Just so she can get shot.
Yeah, to get Chin's daughter like some type of emotional backstory. Like, I love these women and that. No, I don't even care about her. Actually, I wish Chin's daughter would just go ahead and pass. Like, I'm so sick of them trying to make the story and base it around her. Like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said at some point, if they're gonna do this time frame, they got to address the Vietnam War. So I was happy that they acknowledged it, at some level in the draft, and then you have to acknowledge, Cassius Clay becoming Muhammad Ali and that part, and they recasted him just like they recasted Malcolm X, but I like the fact that they tried to address this and try to make these characters relevant in some way and show you the times. So I thought that was pretty solid.
That Muhammad Ali was trash.
He was only in it for like an episode, man.
Like that one scene was trash. I'd rather the guy from Fight Night. Like,
you want that one to come back?
This guy was bad.
So again, so the original, the second Malcolm X, he's not the original. So the second Malcolm X, I was happy to see the fact that he left Ruthless for a little bit and came here and get a couple episodes of, you were supposed to avenge me, and that's this Bumpy volunteered to be like, I'm gonna stop selling Doogie and I'm gonna find out who killed you, and I won't rest until these two things happen. And it was Elise who made any kind of effort to find out who killed, and then found the black man and was like, I need the white man. And was like, mysterious white man just killed black man, and that's the end of that story. Like, we'll never know. And I was like, why did any of this happen? I don't know.
Not this show. You have to suspend not just disbelief, but logic. Because what pissed me off the most, I'd probably say, other than the Afeni Shakur thing in the first half of the season,
what happened to that?
Right, is what I have in the background right here is the chinchilla coat. That didn't happen until that was the end of
that marked the end of him.
So I'm like, Bumpy Johnson hasn't even died. He hasn't even come up anything. Like, this makes no sense.
Thank you. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, there you go. See, Candy missed you. Long time no see. Giovanni come out, he graces us with his presence when he feels like it. I don't commit the crew to watch everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised he's here, to be real. But I'm happy that he's here. I'm happy that you're here. But no, Jemani, 100% agree with you. I was completely confused how off camera he became the Frank Lucas that wears the jacket, and where's the FBI? Because he's about to get fucked up right now. Like,
okay, and further, that's not even the real story. We already know, like, the picture behind Jemani, he was at a boxing match.
Yes.
And that's when he wore the chinchilla. He wasn't just going into Bumpy's club.
Yeah,
I was like, why do we even need this? Like, what are we doing? Like, this is not even realistic. So, like, I understand it says it's loosely based. I get that. But everybody knows the chinchilla story. Everybody knows it. So why?
I felt like, again, it was a gift. I thought they were trying to say that's his style, and therefore he's gonna get another one later. And then that's what I'm like, but this is unnecessary. Then the random girlfriend who gets killed, like, are we supposed to give a fuck? And then like that kind of didn't go anywhere.
Nope.
I was like,
and you notice who she was, right? She's the girl that's on Raising Kanan. That's with Jukebox. That's the girlfriend.
Really?
That's her.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Because as soon as I saw her and him with the coat, I was like, no, he's supposed to be with his wife was like Hispanic or something.
Yeah, that's what
I was like. Yeah. I was like, oh, so she ain't gonna make it. And then the car blew up immediately.
Because I said the same thing, Jamani. I was like, I watched American Gangster, and this ain't the right color. Like there's something wrong with this. And again, I thought, okay, they fast forwarded in time, so somehow Frank Lucas is the man, and now he's competition to Bumpy, and maybe they're gonna change history a little bit. That's how he overtakes and becomes a supplier for the heroin. I thought that's what's gonna happen, but no, he's selling Doogie for Stella off camera, like in South or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, oh, that's how he's getting his money. Then I thought, okay, he's gonna be giving it to Stella because we know she loves that black stuff. Because I thought they're gonna be like, let's change history a little bit, and then now she just walks away. Now she just like she ain't in the game no more. So now she's gonna get, also them playing chess. I was like, I know we watch Power a lot, but I was like, this is far better than Power Book 3. Like, I'm like, come on, Bumpy, teach Frank Lucas the game, and he's like, this is how you make chess moves, and then one day I'll be gone. And I was like, oh shit, like he taught him the game. That's what I thought. I was like, so I feel like they're trying to tie all that together.
I'm like, so basically next season, all we have to look forward to is Chance being killed, Pettigrew being killed. Therefore, Frank Lucas is the only one left.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how do you have a squad and the newest person in the crew is now the right-hand man? I'm like, what the hell? Like, there's only 3 people there.
Yeah.
And his consigliere is Whoopi Goldberg. I'm like, you know, she is looking good for her age, you know.
Well, I mean, it's all. I mean, she feels out of place. She just really feels out of place, and unless she is a historical character, therefore she has to be here. Like, she definitely just seems out of place.
She was there in the beginning. Remember, like the first season, she's his accountant.
But she has a lot of lines. Like, she needs to be a real person that she has to be here, or she's just out of place. It's like Whoopi was available.
It's a matter of, hey, you got two Black Oscar Award winners on the camera at the same time. You know,
right, so it's like we gotta give her some screen time. I'm like, this she's too big for this role. I just felt like, how did you feel about? I thought it was silly to see Fat Joe show up for no damn reason.
Oh my god! Okay, so I wasn't the only one. I was like, wait a minute, I had to rewind and look. I was like, is that what is happening right now?
What
like he didn't even. Okay, so what he came up with, there was no logic to this at all. You're just gonna walk up to him, shake his hand, and then say a couple of lines, and then walk away. What?
It was better.
I was like, is he saving his life, or did he plant the bomb? Like,
that's right.
The storyline just died. It didn't mean his appearance meant nothing.
Yeah, it didn't mean anything.
Like, tell me something, bro. Like, it's his, but his cameo was more relevant than Eminem in BMF season 1.
Oh, absolutely.
He was just like, right. I was like, so at least he spoke and said something, and I was like, okay, like he's not that bad of an actor.
What I was thinking was, no, actually, Fat Joe's been in not just that, he's been in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say that that I felt like maybe he had something to do with the car blast. Maybe he saw something.
Yes.
He saw them messing with the car.
Yes.
I thought that was why he was coming up to him. You know, no, that's not what it was. Or they didn't say that's why he walked up to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, they should have made it relevant. They should have made it relevant because like he's a pretty big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's somebody. If you're gonna bring him in, make him somebody important. Even if you're just making this stuff up. Stella got herself another black man a friend. I thought so. Especially when he said, hey, you know, Bumpy sent me here to protect you. I really thought, again, this is too late in the season, but I thought that would happen earlier and they would have developed this relationship, especially if he's her dealer, right? Then I thought they were going to build a relationship there. Maybe that's how he gets in with the Italians and da da da. But like that just didn't. Like Frank should not have been in this. Like I was really disappointed of how little Frank was relevant in this season, and knowing he's going to be fine to be like, I'm gonna kill you, young Southern bastard. I'm like, why are we every fucking episode? Like he's gonna be okay, bro. Let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm like him showing up to the hospital, like there's no stakes at all when it comes to him.
Or either one of them, because if you look it up, you know how they all died. Like when
I
Joe
at least
Colombo,
thought when Bumpy was having that dream and he was sitting at the table, like the counter at the restaurant. Yeah. I was like, oh, is he about to dream his death? And then Malcolm came.
Yeah, because he was eating, right? I thought he was gonna have a heart attack right there. What's up, Kim? You were saying
I actually maybe people think this was corny, but I really enjoyed the Malcolm X and the Bumpy interaction.
Yeah,
I mean, I did. I like that because I guess if you could, right, and you're dying, right, and if you could see people that had an impact in your life and actually talk to them, that would be great, right? At the end of your life, you're about to go, and then you could have a conversation. If maybe you want to apologize, maybe you want to be like, you know what, I want to be where you are, that kind of thing. I thought that was really well done. I really did. I felt like these two men have a connection, and the connection was so great that even in death, Malcolm is still trying to steer Bumpy in the right direction. Bumpy is still listening and needing Malcolm's approval, right? And I'm wanting to say, like, I'm trying, Malcolm, but I still have to live. But I am trying. I did hear what you said. I thought that was very well done. I did.
Kim, but to your point, this should have been the end, though. Like that should have been.
I thought, no. To be honest with you guys, I thought this was it. Remember, I've said this several times. Because what I do is I pay attention. Okay, so MGM Plus is now owned by Amazon, right? And when they end shows, what Amazon will do is they will say when the show started, what year, then they will put what year it's going to end.
Oh, okay.
And they leave it there. Right now, if you look, you'll see it says, I guess it was 2023, maybe. No, 2022. And then it shows 2025. Oh. That's that. And so, I'm thinking it's it.
Yeah. But the show started in 2019.
Well, that's what. Okay, whatever it is.
He's saying there's an end date. There's an end date.
It says it's ending is 2025.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, is it going to end? Does it seem like it's going to be another, season?
They certainly did leave it open. They didn't leave it like, again, Frank has a heart attack. He actually does die. Like if this was the last episode where he dies and somehow Joe Colombo also, he doesn't die, actually, he just gets shot and he's actually fine.
But, he looks to be an old man. Yeah,
he looks to be an old man. And then if I remember the story, the person who shot him actually got killed. Like actually, so it so like they let the kid live, I guess, because they made the character Swiss Beats screwing it up. I don't know how much he's dealing with the writing itself.
He's not. He just does the music.
The music.
He's a music.
The music sucked because you have an Italian pride parade, and you have rap music with him just shouting out random boroughs and stuff. It just was like, no, this is out of place, even for this show.
When Bumpy told Frank that Chinchilla was a rodent, that I laughed.
But I mean, it is right because it's rabbit.
Yeah.
So he is not a lie. It's a rodent.
That was still definitely got another one. Again, I don't know how long they're gonna make that work though. I'd love to see more Whoopi. She is good. She is good. It's just for what they're I guess felt like what they're trying to do. It just seems odd, and then.
Well, to me, it doesn't seem odd. I mean, Bumpy Johnson had an accountant, so I don't see, and he's a businessman, so he's gonna need an accountant. So I don't see why
it can't be Whoopi. just she reminds me of her character in Star Trek: The Next Generation, like just
Okay.
the mentor narrator type of thing, like and
Yeah.
maybe even with the hairdo, like I'm like I wonder if they did this shit on purpose, but like it's taking me back to that character,
Yeah.
in a good way,
Well,
like
it's always gonna look like that because remember she has dreads, so they always have to do something to like hide the dread. So they give her an afro, right? They put the
Yeah.
afro wig on top, trying to, hide the dreads. And it
Yeah.
looks bigger because she has so many dreads. Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, it was cool, and she looks lovely, especially for her age. Like I said, especially her age. Like, it was good. It just seems we've talked about this many times. It feels repetitive, like just in
Yeah.
general.
Yes.
And they're trying to hit all the historical moments, and then shows like this, it's not hard to Google. Like I was like, oh, was this Italian civil rights group thing a real thing? Yes, it was. You know what? Especially when they use real footage. Like, this must have been a real parade. So I'm like, what happened at parade? It's like, Joe Colombo gets shot. Oh, okay, there you go, easy. 3 times. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for it, and then so how this thing's gonna pan out for the most part, and he's gonna be fine. Like they ended with this cliffhanger, like this is gonna change the game. He's going to be fine. Like
we saw that he was still like even though he was shot in the neck, he was still like breathing and trying to move and stuff. So,
but like years, like it what I'm saying. It's like if I said when Angie got shot, she was alive, technically. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh, you come back, oh, she's dead. Like there was a possibility that she could be gone or he could be gone. But I'm like, no, like he's going. I don't know. I don't know how much in the game he is, but he's still alive. That's
I think they could bring back the show and change it from Bumpy to Frank Lucas and make it his show because Bumpy, the fact that they even gave Bumpy a heart attack, right? We know that he really did die in his favorite diner, eating his regular meal, which was like fried chicken and waffles or something like that. And so now they're showing us, oh, he may die of a heart attack. So I'm hoping if they bring it back, the first episode, first episode that they actually kill Bumpy. He dies of a heart attack the way that he really died.
Damn.
And then Frank Lucas is like, I'm the boss now. I'm taking over. Right?
I feel best Frank, fast forward in time, Frank is his right hand man, and like they work the business together. So around episode 8, when he has a heart attack, when Bumpy dies, then you get Frank that last 2 episodes maybe, and then like he's honoring the Godfather of Harlem, and then like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense too. Yeah,
I'm like, since the show likes to throw everything in the pot, I'm like, when are we gonna get Nikki Barnes? Because Nikki Barnes has to be the arch enemy of Frank Lucas as soon as he starts making his way.
Okay.
That's true.
All right.
That is true. Yeah.
So and then not. I mean, the only thing I really know about Frank Lucas is American Gangster, really. So like to see him like when he establishes like his heroin network, like goes and like tries to work that out, which was awesome. But then that's all. They don't got that kind of budget, and then that's his show. Like Frank is already gone by then.
If they're bringing out the chinchilla, anything is on the table now.
Absolutely. Because I was like, that was so out of place. Like, I get it. I get that did happen, right? We know that it happened. But it's just,
now.
It's just ridiculous that I was like, what are you doing? He hasn't been on the show long enough to do this, to have that coat on. Like,
yeah.
And then he sells the coat. It's not even like the coat goes in the closet and he pulls the coat back out however many years later. He's went and sold the coat.
Yeah. Well, because it's not he brings it back when he gets his new girl. And then she's like, no, babe. He's like, no, I got too many memories, baby. I got too many memories. But she's like, no, I need you to wear the coat. So I actually thought, again, these are real people. I thought James Baldwin and that white dude, I was hoping that they were ex-lovers. And that's why
actually, if you watch a Truman Capote movie, which I did, I've watched it a couple of times. They were okay. Both of them were gay men. We know that, right? And then also they were both writers, so they did have like a healthy dislike for each other. They had a respect for each other as writers, but they also had like animosity towards each other because when one is, they're putting out books or whatever. And James Baldwin was he was an award-winning writer, just like Truman, and so they did have their little conflict, right? And but they just both happened to be gay, and they were gay men who did not deny that they were gay. They were openly gay in a time when that wasn't accepted.
I think, yeah, I was like, y'all
Yeah.
way too. And but I'm just saying, like, again, if these were, I guess, like truly fictional characters, and they could work with it. Like the fact that they put so much time into, made me wants to take James, and I don't want James to come. And I'm like, why the fuck are we
They're
doing this?
trying
Like,
to make her relevant.
relevant, and I'm like, this ain't it. Like, she needs to go down south with, you know, with her stepdaughter, and
Margaret, yeah.
and be done with this bullshit. Like, I'm not trying to see any of this. You know, like the whole civil rights movement through the art world. I'm like, no.
Well, to be honest, if we're gonna go down that road, I'm sick of seeing Elise. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me
yeah.
wrong. I'm not. It's not against the actress.
But
I'm just sick of. It's like they're just trying to. They keep throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks with this character, and it's so annoying. I mean, she goes from being like Muslim, now she's a Black Panther.
Yeah,
I mean, she was like trying to save people from heroin. I mean, she's got like all these things she's trying to do, and at the end of the day, the only thing that she, in my opinion, hasn't done is be Margaret's mother.
Well, she is quantum leaping everything. I'm like, next season she needs to take a trip down to what is it, Houston, and be a hidden figure or something.
Hey, she needs to help bankroll. Like, she's like, Daddy, could you help pay for these women because they're working on the astronaut program? And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna help those women. Mamie, that's gonna be Mamie's new cause. They need to tie it to Mamie also. But it's funny. It's funny you should bring up the mom thing, Kim, because I was actually gonna say it was irritating me that like the dog, but she actually does know. She's gonna say she calls her grandfather dad, right? But she still calls Elise mom, depending on the situation.
Right.
And I'm like, that's just kind of weird. But like,
I was like, she's the first person to ever say she has two moms in like the 60s.
Yeah. But it's like, I guess I'm saying, like, she acknowledges the roles, and at least writing the letter to Bumpy, well, helping the guy from Power Book 2, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
But like, write the letter for his son. And then, like, by the time to write his, like, the letter, it's like writing letter to Bumpy, what she wanted to tell him, I thought was a great moment, like a good, like you talk about, like a family drama in a crime show.
Yeah.
Like, she had that moment, and then she tried to tie it to the end, where she's like, Dad, you know, I thought something was gonna happen to you, and I want to tell you. Like, this show is what BMF should be. Like, you got the crime part. You got the crime part, but you also have like some genuinely good family drama going on that I kind of give a fuck about. If they like flushed it out like a little bit, but I guess at least she just sells it better, you know what I'm saying? And she makes, like, Mamie, she loves her husband, but she's very entitled, and she gets on my damn nerves because she's like, I don't know why. And she reminds me of no, it's not even, it's no, she reminds me of Ray Donovan's wife. This must be that character, like Ray Donovan's wife, fucking Tom Hardy's wife, like, just ungrateful as fuck. Like, you got to know where this house comes from and this money comes from, and this whole I don't want to be a gangster's wife. That's what you are, and you need to accept, and don't act like you're better than where the money comes from. Like, all of this gets on my nerves.
No, I think that's, if she wanted to act that way, then she would have more or less like stuck with the Johnson name and not join the club. But I'll just drop the name and I'll be in with, I'll be Hatcher.
Well, that's to my point. Like, she act like she better than where the money comes from. Because I didn't, to tell you the truth, I must have fell asleep or skipped around, because I thought she held strong to her beliefs that she wanted to keep her name, and then just like, oh no, she went to Hatcher. I was like, damn, she'd been out that house. I was like, no, you ain't treating me like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some bullshit, like art group, like, you got.
No, and she sold all the jewelry.
And then she cried about it. I'm like, she's like, I'm sorry, but I had to. I'm like, girl, your priorities are fucked up. Like, you need to be worried about this family. You need to be selling money so we have a place to live. Because also, if he lost the club and then he burned it down, that insurance money is going to Joe Colombo, because he's the owner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like you are in debt. Like he's gonna be selling Doogie out there. Like he would have flooded the Harlem anyway just to make that money back. Like, but now he can blame the Italians. like you ain't got a choice, bro. You're
No,
gonna be on
this was like, you know, if I can't make money off of it, then you can't make money off of it. That was more or less what that scene was. Such bad CGI when he lit the guy on fire. I was like, you guys could have paid. This is like something you could do on your Mac laptop or something. They could have did something way better than that.
You know what cracked me up with that scene?
You know what? It's actually he did have the St. Clair as a club.
Oh no, yeah, it was. So I didn't think it was legit until they showed you the real news footage of it burning down. Like that's why I was like, oh, this must be legit. Like when they like the masquerade party, right? Like they showed you the real footage. I was like, oh,
yeah, that was real. That Truman's party, yeah.
Right, that's a real thing, right? But then I was looking for that photo because they took it like this is a dramatization version of a real photo, and I thought I could Google it, but so I could see what his wife looked like. But I'm assuming there's probably a real legit photo out there of them those three together. I just think because they made it a thing, you know, like but anyway, and then I thought that that the writer was going to be like the new Malcolm X, like he was going to be the new voice of reason or something, like James Baldwin was going to be that, and that's why we keep on seeing him and he's relevant. And then that didn't work. That didn't really go anywhere. So I'm like, what? Why are we doing this? Like what are you bringing to the table?
Made me a purpose to be.
It's just
because I mean, it from what I read about the real Mamie, she loved Bumpy or whatever, and she did fit in with like Harlem society, and she was from what they say bougie and very entitled because of who her husband was. But at the end of the day, her husband was a crime boss. But in her eyes, that's not how she saw him. She saw him as a loving dad, a loving husband. And it's like that. It's fine, to live in a delusional world. But this man was killing Harlem, basically. You're selling drugs to your own people. You're killing Harlem. So no matter how much they try to like put Bumpy on a pedestal, he was a drug dealer just like every other drug dealer. Yeah. And he was killing his own people.
Yeah.
Not this season. He wasn't selling any drugs this season.
But until next season, right? Until he was like, but he's still selling women. like exactly. Prostitution was still going on. He was like, hey, something's getting sold. But that's why they gave you the last scene of he didn't have a choice. The Italians made him do it, and now he has to go back to to selling heroin. But like I said, he's in debt. So either way, he's gonna need to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's I guess I would respect it more if he was like, I gotta get back to the game. Like, I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed, and sorry, buddy, somebody gotta get it, But this whole I'm just stuck in this system and I'm
it was Godfather 3 without the cousin fucking. It was every time I try to get out, they pull me back in.
That's a good point. Well, then that becomes
that's true. That's actually true, yeah.
Then that became the archetype for every gangster. So after a while, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm trying to do better, but I can't. I gotta do one more ride. I gotta do one more deal. I gotta do, and it's like, and then they end up dying or going to jail or somehow or some combination of both, and he ends up dying.
Well, the one more last job or ride. That's Heat with De Niro.
That's all of them though. Like even the town. It's like one more job. Set it off. One more job. Like, and it never works out. Takers. Right.
Yeah.
One more ride. Like every one of them, bro. Now either they all die. Usually there's one. There's just one left to tell the tale of like of what happened. Usually.
Yeah.
But I was like, anyway, movies. My point is all movies. Wrap that shit up. Like this should have been a 10 episode limited series on Netflix. Like this is not
and another reason why I thought that this season was at the end was because they brought back Chaz. And Chaz hasn't been on the show since the first season. Yeah. I mean, this guy. Well, I'm sorry. I think his name is Chaz Palminteri or something like that. But anyway, when they brought him back because he basically, remember when him and Bumpy were like really at each other, and then they became friends towards the end or whatever, or frenemies, but whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a nice touch to bring back a character that we haven't seen, in a long time. So I was like, oh, okay, so that maybe they are ending it. Just like I felt like when they brought the stepmother back, I'm thinking, oh, they brought her back because they're trying to end the show.
Yeah.
I was like, what type was? I know that her name is Olympia, but she's not in the Olympics. Why are they beating her legs like she's Nancy Kerrigan?
That's a good one, Jemani. Did you write that down? Because that's time. That's a good time, brother. Because they whooped, to your point, they whooped the shit out of her legs, and that went nowhere, just like she probably did after that leg whooping. Like, why are we doing this? You putting gangster time and effort into hurting a woman just to leave her there on the street? Like, where did she go after that?
She was inside the car, so I guess the guy drove with her.
Like you saw when Bumpy walked out of the hospital, you saw her being wheeled in.
Oh, that's right.
And then that was it.
That was absolutely it. I'm like, why are we doing any of this? Like, I don't.
And then Stella was upset with Columbo because he went too far. You said take care of her. I took care of her.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just ungrateful. So I did like Stella Reese stood like stepped up this season, because usually she's kind of this like whiny and a liability and getting people killed. Like, she was actually making boss moves, and she spent about 20 minutes just smoking cigarettes, just staring at those dudes. Like, and I was like, what the fuck are we trying to achieve with this? Like, she went through a whole pack just mad. I was like, I truly thought she was gonna walk over and just beat that dude to death somehow. And I was like, I was waiting for it. I was like, we just gonna smoke a whole pack, huh? Oh, all right. And then
exactly, yeah.
And then when he comes over, they show her hands like she's grabbing the chair. I was like, oh, she's gonna pick the chair up and beat this dude, and that didn't happen either. So I'm like, what? Okay, so it wasn't just me. Like, what? Like, she definitely got lung cancer, but what else are we trying to achieve with this? I don't know. And that wig is serious. I'm like, you need to do something else.
You mean Stella? Like, yes, I don't like Stella's wig.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, it's hard to say.
I don't even like the black waitresses. Her wig is terrible. It's like,
damn. Yeah, that's some Tyler Perry shit right there. That's real for us.
Well, actually, no. I watched Divorce Sisters, and I'm telling you, top-notch hair, nails, makeup. Even the sets are magnificent.
What word?
Yes.
All right. You remember,
I guess Tyler Perry's spending money on the studio so that that Derek Dixon can't take it from him.
He getting that money. No, anyway, but no. So okay, so we will do Divorce Sisters next weekend. We will add that to the roster. I have not watched it. I'm gonna watch it this week, but Kim says she is like, I'm like, all right, let's check it out. The cast looks pretty good. I'm feeling good about this. I don't want another Godfather of Harlem. I'm canceling MGM tonight. Like this is like I'm not coming back till From. That's next year. Like, I was like,
I'm still pissed off about, but okay.
That's it. That's all you get.
Why are you coming back in 2 years? Like, what is happening?
They're treating it like Game of Thrones. Like, they gotta come. Yes. They gotta get the budget together.
You know how hard it took for it's kind of hard to like. I love Game of Thrones, but when we started watching that prequel or whatever, it was like, okay, so let's get back into it. Yeah. And
it takes too long. Like From anyway, we are switching reviews at this point. I'm sorry. So like Godfather.
It's the same thing we have with the stripper show. What's the name of the stripper show?
P-Valley.
Yeah, like how long? Why are we waiting like 5-6 years for the show to come back? Like,
hey, so Jemani, so I said, wait a minute, are you done with BMF? Or are you just busy? Like, well, where you been?
Yeah, I haven't caught up on BMF yet.
You're not missing much, but it's not the point.
You are not missing anything, actually.
So I was like, where you at? So you're not doing it?
I guess when I catch up.
All right, man. It's only 3 episodes, bro. Like, you need to let me know. All right, because I keep on sending you invites, and I'm like, where are you, Jemani? We're a team. Anyway, this show needs to be canceled. That's another thing. So it also MGM ain't got shit left because I ain't watching none of this other stuff. So yeah. Anyway, back to House of the Dragon. Like, that makes sense. That's a lot of money they got invested dragons and shit and whatever stuff. So like, I can understand them taking a while. From is not that complicated. Like, it don't take that much. It's like you barely see the monsters. What the fuck are you doing that you got to take 2 years to write? They answer too many
No,
questions. And they're like, oh shit, we got to come up with new
no, what
random.
I've been saying is that
What you got?
Jack Bender, who's the creator, he has a new show coming out next month called The Institute. So I'm like, all right, he took this year to kind of get that off the ground, and next year will be From. Like he kind of
This is From meets The Boys. That's what this is. Actually, Gen V. Actually, because it's like school based. It's like some X-Men shit, but I feel like stuck in the school. The Mutants. It's called New Mutants. New Mutants. That's the name of the movie that came out. Enhanced children stuck in an experimental school, and how do they fight their way out? It's gonna be From, though. You can already tell they got like random adventures, what's behind the door, who has power, some bullshit. I'm like,
that just sounds like season 4 of Stranger Things.
yes,
Yeah, that's coming back.
Oh no, like this November. They're stretching that shit out. Like it's like,
my god, they really
3
are.
parts. Like you would think Netflix ain't got shit else. Like they got what, part 1 in November, I think part 2 in
No, it's every holiday. It's Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and then New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like these kids are growing. Their children are gonna be in this thing. Like it's like, come on, you grown ass people now. Like it looks crazy. Yeah. Anyway, but you know who does that also? Real quick, the daughter, Nicole. Like she's in college and she still looks like a little child. Like she must be like 4 foot nothing, because she still looks like a little girl. It's weird. I feel weird looking at her. All right, Giovanni. Anything else for this silly show? Anything else we want? Come on. What you
Pettigrew just needs to. They just really need to get rid of him so he can get his own Mr. Crockett, or that's a great property that he has. Do that. I don't care about Elise and the fake Black Panthers. I'm like,
me either.
They all live in one apartment. Like, what? And then,
well, that's actually true. That's true. They did do that.
Everybody lived in one. Not just one.
Not everybody, but they did live in like clusters of people for a long time. Because in their mind, they felt like if they lived in separate places, it would be, they may be touched. Yeah.
Yeah, there's security.
But that really didn't work when the cops came in and they punched the Phoenix core dead in the mouth.
And then also real quick, well, thank you for bringing this up. Also, Elise trying to be a good mama. It's like, hey, I'm gonna bring my daughter to this 1, maybe 2-bedroom apartment with all these random dudes, and be like, that's how I'm gonna keep her safe. I'm like, this makes sense.
Sleep on the floor.
What? Like, I'll stay in the high-rise apartment and take my chances.
But this is a crazy part too. Bumpy has his men guarding them, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, but why is did you go personally?
Margaret, that's her name, Margaret, right?
Margaret. Did you go see that Margaret's going to be sleeping on a mattress on the floor? Like,
absolutely not. Absolutely. Hey, they didn't even report back. They'd be like, hey, your grandchild / child is sleeping on the floor in the mattress next to 4 other dudes.
Exactly.
What? No, that's not how this is happening. Like, she'll come back here, you can guard her here, or take her south, whatever is south.
Yeah, but maybe said that. Maybe it was like, okay, we'll just go south. We'll bye. Go take your back.
So you can get up out of here, bro. Because like this is not helpful. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
I'm like, the guy, they kept showing previously on this guy being sentenced and going to prison, and I was like, why do they keep doing it? And then they finally showed the guy.
Yeah.
And he just walks up to people and, I'm protected by Bumpy Johnson, and people just back off. And I was like,
what?
Yeah, in the jail. Yeah.
I was like, so, but all of Bumpy's people are in jail or something?
Yeah, all his clout is in jail. That was crazy. That was crazy.
And the whole Mimi thing, I'm like, if you go to a pawn shop in 2025 with all the inflation that we have, you can't get $100,000 cash on anything. Like, why would you be able to get 100? You think that you'd be able to get 100,000 cash in the 1960s?
because she doesn't know any better. Remember, she's not a gangster. She's not. This is a woman who came from the South, and she was young, and she met Bumpy when she was still young, and then she just became a housewife. She knows nothing about it. Then when you wearing this scarf and this little I was like, who doesn't know you? This is the thing. She never goes out of Harlem for anything. It's like she feels like the Harlem is her protection.
Yeah.
But sweetheart, if you're gonna do what you're trying to do so that Bumpy doesn't find out, you have to go outside of Harlem.
Yes. Because everybody knows your name. That's your protection.
They know what you look like.
They're like, oh, look, that's Mimi Johnson.
Yeah.
And she got a whole bag full of jewels that we can just rob her and do something with those jewels.
Yeah.
And then Lucas, again, Frank being who he's supposed to be, he just robs people. No mask, no nothing. Just walks in, is like, excuse me, give me your weapons, and I'm going all your jewels, and I'm just gonna walk out because I know I'm gonna be a big heroin dealer at some point. I'm like, what? Like, he's the best criminal I've ever seen. Like, he's a superhero, really.
Like, even when the guy came in to his apartment, he was able to, I'm gonna pull out the switchblade because that's like, my go-to weapon. Like, my character's go-to weapon is the knife.
Well, I will say, like, in the 60s and 70s, switchblades were like the thing. Like, it wasn't always about a gun. It was a lot of switchblades.
Yeah, we saw Bumpy using the switchblade a lot in the first season, and then he just gave up on it.
But you bring a switchblade to a gunfight, I feel like the gun's gonna win. But like, he's Frank Lucas, so it's like he's gonna get out of this. Like, it's like,
and it's a Southern thing too, right? Because that's what he used to use when he was in the South. Like, you use switchblades, right?
Yeah, so, when appropriate. I'm just saying, if you got a gun, just pull out another gun. It just, like, he cannot be hurt. Like, we know he's going to be someone. So, like, they put him in these situations where clearly he's going to be fine. But it's like watching, not Yellowstone. What's that bullshit show? Yellow Jackets. I knew Yellow was in it. And it's like, why are we doing this? Like, y'all gonna be fine. So let's fast forward to fine, and then let's see what happens after that.
Let's talk about the people that weren't fine, because that real estate guy, out of nowhere just got killed, and Bumpy's I don't know, old friend or sister's boyfriend or whatever.
It was her sister's boyfriend. His sister's boyfriend. That's what it was. That was, I felt bad for that, but like, that kind of drug on for a little bit, and I was like, oh, now he just dead. Oh, okay. I know you can just kill that white man and keep it moving. Bumpy should have just killed him. I mean, if it's that easy, no one looks into the death of a rich white man. Like, I mean, nobody. Like, I was like, that was kind of weird. But
and then Columbo just takes the money too, and I'm like, so what exactly is the point of the commission? Because Bonanno, all of these people can sit down and talk about, all this other stuff, but you can't say, hey, if you ain't gonna give me the club back, then give me the money.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a topic of conversation, as opposed to, hey, if I'm not in Harlem, there won't be any guardrails.
Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I love how it was really sad. Let me say that. It was really sad that Bumpy's best selling point to Harlem is that no one gives a fuck about what happens in Harlem. And he's like, if you don't have me there, we can't exploit it like we could if I was there. I mean, if you let Joe take over, it's gonna be different, and he's gonna run all over it. But you let me be, I'll let you do what the fuck you want. And I'm like, what? I was like, that's it. Just felt hard. It was hard to hear that he was like, this is the source of your heroin. Again, who is buying heroin? So again, it can't just be the blacks. Like, you mean to tell me like every other family has their heroin, and all
the mafia doesn't sell heroin. This is the problem, is that it's not sanctioned. It's something that they do on the side, and it's not like it's a secret. Like, we're not supposed to be doing it. If we get caught doing it, then it's like death or all of this type of stuff. It's not something that you openly are just like, yeah, let's just talk about how we're all going to eat off of this drug trade and everything. They talk about eating together off of big contracts, like construction contracts, not little drug trade stuff like that. I can understand like when they said they had the French connection, everybody eats off of that one connects, right?
Mm.
But not to say if I have a territory, I'm not giving my money to the other 4 families. It doesn't make any sense. I have a territory. That means I eat my territory, you eat your territory, and we have the commission to make sure that we don't bump up against each other on the borderlines and stuff like that. It's not so that I have my hand in your pocket, you have your hand in my pocket. That don't make any sense. I have Harlem, so everybody's gonna eat off of Harlem.
It just, I don't know. Like I said, it was
But
like
then also too, the commish, like all the documentaries that I've seen, Italians did not like heroin. They did not. They used Black people to sell heroin in Black areas because they would get a piece of whatever it is that the Black people were making. Right, they're going to make money off of it. But they themselves as Italians don't want anybody to know that they dabble in that, because when the commission was set up by, I believe, Lucky Luciano, he was like, no drugs like that. We could do cocaine. He really didn't want to do that, but he was like, cocaine, but he still wanted it to be sold in like lesser neighborhoods. Let's just say that, right? And
they didn't want the heat of drugs. That's something that they missed in them saying we want Bumpy to come back and sell drugs, is because we can't do it. We need you to do it for us. It's like you're making money and we just take a percentage of the money you're making. We're not in the drug trade. We're just extorting you for money.
Right.
So they're not really vocalizing that real well to the audience to say, we need you because we can't sell it ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
We have all the drugs in the world, but we can't put any of our men on the streets to sell it.
Yeah, you're right. That's not coming across very well. And even with the part of like even Stella using Frank to sell it in like Maryland or whatever, like even that seemed like a side, as if the rest of the families had their own official heroin operations, and then she's taking a little bit and doing it on her own. Like that was a side deal, but all of it is a side deal. And then Bumpy is just the face of it, as he moves it across. So it'd be interesting to see if we get Elise now working with the Black Panthers to fight Bumpy again, to be like, okay, now you're flooding the streets with heroin, and now we got to use the Black Panthers to clean up the streets, and then they go back and forth again to that. And what happened to the Nation of Islam? They still exist. Like, it's just like, just because she's not a part of it, it's like they just disappeared.
No, you saw them run up in the mosque.
But I'm like, you don't see them on the street to be like, where's their presence in the neighborhood? Is what I'm saying. Like when Elise was a part of the nation, you saw them like every day. Like they were in the neighborhood working the streets. Is what I'm saying. Like they were trying to be a part of the community. Now, with her leaving, they're gone, and now the Black Panthers are in the streets, and doing this kind of stuff and saving schools and whatever.
Because they moved on from that.
Yeah, and I'm like, they could say that the number, the people that wanted to join and stuff like that, the admission numbers went down after Malcolm left and Malcolm died, or maybe that affected morale or something. I don't know, but they're just out of sight, out of mind for the most part.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
I think that storyline is done as far as like showing them constantly. It's more now they're trying to move into the Black Panther time, and so that's why they're not showing the Muslims like they used to.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see that. I guess they're trying to bust into the mosque.
What the hell was the point of this dynamite? They were gonna hey, we got a traitor who's giving information to the cops.
Yes,
we find out who the traitor is. We got we hid the dynamite, so when they searched us, we're gonna blow up a cop car. Never happened. What did they forget? No,
they got caught. Because they like because the snitch told them, so they were like, we're under like watch. That's how I took it. They're like, we can't do it now because the cops know, and they're gonna be watching us. Yes, that's how I took it. That's how I took it.
Yeah, that wasn't real clear. because
It
they
was a lot.
moved it off premises. So I thought that, all right, so we know they didn't find anything. So
Yes. So you thought they were still gonna do it. That's what you're saying. Like you thought they
yeah,
would. But yeah, no, I mean realistically, that wouldn't make sense. Because then if any cop, anything gets blown up, they're going back to those people right there and whooping their asses. Like that's gonna happen.
Or kill them. So
Or just straight up kill them. But to your
yeah.
point, they could have put that in dialogue more clear. Like we need to try something else. As our show.
I'm like, she could have returned the dynamite back to her father, who's all of a sudden proud of her in episode 10, whereas he kicked her out of the house in episode 1. But nothing has really changed.
But she's not a drug addict anymore. That changed.
No. He
I'm talking about episode 1 of this season.
He was like, you can't be here if you're gonna be with the Black Panthers. And now all of a sudden he's like, I'm so proud of you, baby, for being with the Black Panthers. And I'm like, that don't make a lot of sense. And you putting Margaret in danger, on top of that. So that didn't make a lot of sense. But they had to tie it up, bro. They got to make them a happy family at least until next season. And then we'll just do this all over again.
I'm like, this guy went into the gun locker, Delia's son went into the gun locker and took a 38, just 138. I was like,
no, Margaret did.
Okay.
Yeah, off camera, she got oh, hey Stacy, how's it going? Based on your reviews, I'm glad I didn't watch this season. Yes, Stacy, she's working, so that's why she's not here, but we appreciate your moral support. No, off camera, she took the key from Elisa's jacket pocket or some shit.
Yeah, and I thought she gave it to him, but
no, she gave him the gun. No, she went in there, got the gun, and gave it to him. That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Because she handed them the gun. Like she said, "Here you go." And he's like, "Oh, where'd you get it?" And he's like, "I took the key and da 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 da." So
I'm like, he should have gone to at least basic training, like jukebox or something, because he all of a sudden first shot, just perfect aim.
Hey, I say he's a natural born killer. He wanted to join the military. I don't know, bro. I mean, it's fine. It's like he should have got killed. I mean, historically, but I mean, he got to escape and to live another day. Now his ass probably is going to go to Canada. Hilarious.
I don't know. I'm like, he's of age now. He could join the military. I'm like, is Stella just gonna move down the family tree?
I thought so too. Actually, I thought when his mother was like, "You need to convince him," and you got the draws. That's what I was thinking. I thought she was gonna be like, "Look, let me show you how I got your brother," but that didn't work out. Good season. Lazy writing. That's interesting. You put those two together. I'm confused. So good topics, perhaps. General story arc. She gave him the key. I thought she gave him the gun. All right.
No, she gave him the key.
Okay. All right. Because then he said, "Well, where'd you get it from?" She still got it from her mom's jacket or something. She got it from the mom. But okay.
Yeah, she got the key from her mother's purse or whatever, but she gave him the key to open the locker or whatever.
So you're saying he should have took a better weapon or more weapons?
Yeah. I'm like, do you see how it wasn't like he was in the first row of the crowd? He was so far back that I'm like, and you're shooting with just with a 38, and this is your first time shooting? I don't know. I thought he would have had a shotgun or something.
Talk shit. Yeah, I hear you, Jemani. It's a TV show, Jemani. All right, like they had a rocket launcher, I think, last season. So come on, like at least he didn't bring a rocket launcher. Okay, so we've seen some silly shit.
The crazy thing to me about that was Chance starts walking up to the roof of the building and setting up as Columbo is talking. I was like, you're supposed to be already set up before he starts talking.
Yeah. But somehow he shot all those people and just walked away. Also, to be racist a little bit, like this is an Italian event. The Italian spokesman gets shot, and y'all don't know that these black ass people just walking around. Like I would have been like, y'all stay right here. We're having a conversation. Like they just blended into the crowd. Like you can kiss my ass on that one. Like that's what I thought was unbelievable. I'm like, y'all. Everybody else can go, but they just like, oh, nobody sees our black asses. I was like, what? And then Chance again up there with a fucking rifle. His black ass just walks out. What? Like, I was like, this don't make any sense.
Can
I was
we talk about the scene that set all of that off? Was what was it? Driving while Italian? Like
yes.
I was like, I'm not buying this. Like,
No. That was they were triggered. No. Someone called Columbo caused that. Like he talked shit about to someone, and they showed him that they could whoop his ass. Like it wasn't just driving while Italian. Like something I can't remember. Something happened that they went looking for him, and then they were like, "Nah, we can touch you if we want to." And he was like, "Oh, okay." That's something happened. Something happened with the mob or something. That's why.
It was the what do you call it? The prosecutor, the Fed. Remember he took the kid home from the gas station or something like that?
Yes. So he did that. Yeah, that's right. He did that's right. He took his kid and he was like, "What the fuck?" And then he went after him and whooped his ass. And then that turned into yes, we're Italian rights. Hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like, it may be factual, but that part definitely wasn't factual.
We're not the only ones to get our ass whooped. Okay, Jamani. Like it's like I wouldn't go that far. It just
I'm saying that it being the initial reason for starting the organization. I'm like, they could have came up with a way better reason than that.
Google it. I didn't think it was a real thing until I saw the like parade footage, and I was
like, I know it's a real thing. So yeah,
I didn't know that. I mean, I was like, oh, see, everybody fights for rights. Come on, we gotta wrap this shit up. This show ain't that good. Any final words?
Yeah, I kind of want another season, and I kind of don't. So I don't know.
You're torn, huh?
Yeah, I want to see it to the end to see a bumpy death. But if they're going to continue to just give us historical nonsense like this, then no.
So when next season comes, we'll just review the last 2 episodes, and then we'll be done. Because there you go. Like he's gonna make it till the last 2, bro. I mean, that's how it is. And then Frank will take over, and then somehow Whoopi Goldberg will be there at the funeral, giving her speech about how Frank was a good man and the Godfather, how Bumpy was the Godfather of Harlem, and and then he'll be set off into the sunset. That's how we'll do it. And they'll make a statue to him that doesn't exist, but they'll build a statue to his greatness.
They just need to bring back Chen because
he's doing bigger and better things, bro. Like he's who
the hell is gonna be the head of the Jennings
dude? It doesn't matter. Like Joe Colombo is gonna magically recover, and then he'll be the villain.
No, I'm saying, but who's gonna be the head of the Genovese family?
Are they historically relevant?
What do you mean historically relevant?
I mean, are they historical?
Family, that's
well, it has something to do with Frank Lucas rising up. Like maybe that's like they'll just bring in somebody else. That's what I'm asking. Did they do something that they have to be there for Frank to rise up?
No, but I'm saying like if you have any commission meeting like they had, you have to have all 5 families represented, and it's like how Stella is associated with the Genovese family, so you're gonna be bumping up against who's running the family now.
All right, they'll find somebody. But they ain't the face of the show. As long as Bumpy comes back, then they'll work it out. Like I'm sure they will find somebody. I just need Frank to be on charge so we can do something useful with this show and wear the chinchilla properly. Yes, like this
blue magic,
huh?
I said blue magic.
That's right. Are we gonna get the blue magic? I don't know. That's gonna be a spinoff. It's gonna be like Godfather of Harlem 2, book 2. Anything else, Jamani?
That's it.
All right, Jamani. I appreciate you.
Comment, subscribe.
You're a good man, and we hope to see you again. Boop. All right, Kim. Your turn. Oh, my bad. I kicked her off. Go ahead, Kim. Please take it.
Okay. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining the chat. We truly appreciate each and every one of you for joining the conversation. We just need you to like, comment, and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. And so I believe the next time you'll see us is next weekend. So thank you again for joining the conversation. Have a great week, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Kim. Yes, as she said, we will be back here next weekend to do BMF at least. Then we would do the Shy. So same thing. BMF, the Shy, Divorced Sisters. Oh, and Ironheart. I want to do Ironheart, episodes 1, 2, and 3. I can see them trying to be like Power and do spinoffs. It would have to be pretty strong. I mean, it would have. I mean, maybe this Frank could probably carry his own show. That would be interesting. But I don't know if MGM has the oomph. And I don't know if this show has the viewership to justify that. Like, I really doubt this show has that kind of viewership. But yeah, we're gonna do that. But I want to do. I was gonna wait to do Ironheart as a season, but with 3 episodes, I want to give it a shot and see where we're at with that. But anyway, have a great week, and we will see you Saturday for something.
I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoyed the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You gonna go there.
Oh shit.
Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.